Tibetan culture does not mean as a dress like a Tibetan dress, but the Tibetan culture is mainly so much influenced by Buddhist traditions.
The way of life that the Tibetans have, it's very unique. Being a Tibetan, naturally you would want to preserve what heritage you're born into. But if you think about it, Tibetan culture is one that is very rich, not just culturally, but if you look at it through the religious point of view and how everything came about.
As His Holiness always, during his teachings, mainly, he says that you don't have to be a Buddhist, but as long as you can practice compassion and to love, that's the essence.
I think there are many ways I try to preserve Tibetan culture in my everyday life. First being language. I think Tibetan language is something that's very important to me because it's very hard to speak Tibetan language outside of like a small enclosure, because like in America there's not many opportunities where you can speak Tibetan language, right? So by participating in community events in our local Tibetan community here in Philadelphia, by going to Tibetan Sunday school, I think many kids are involved in that.
Every Wednesday we try to celebrate, not celebrate actually, we try to do Hagar. It's basically at least one day a week, speak Tibetan, eat Tibetan, wear Tibetan, and so that way at least if it is like, even if it's once a week, we try to cultivate that habit, and little by little in our children, and of course grown-ups too participate, and that's what we try to do.
Fortunate.
Yeah.
We're fortunate.
I've been part of, since high school, I've been part of the dance and music troupe, and I think that's also one of the very colorful facets of the Tibetan culture.
The most important is the basic, read, write, and speak in your language. And it's always encouraged to keep your culture. To my kids, I always encourage to keep your culture and learn other culture too. That's how it motivates me to preserve my own, or to inspire me most, is that we don't have our own country, and if we don't keep our identity, definitely it might lose one day, because everything changing so fast. So we, almost like less than 1 million people in exile, have a huge responsibility to preserve.
My name is Lobsang Tupten. I'm in charge of Sunday school, Tibetan, Philadelphia Tibetan Sunday School. We have about 25 kids. We have 4 classes. We start our classes at 10 o'clock in the morning, and to 10:30 we do a prayer ceremony, and then from 10:30 we have classes.
The main goal of Tibetan Association of Philadelphia is to preserve and promote our unique Tibetan culture. And for that, it's very important that our younger generation Tibetan plays a very important role in preserving our culture because they are the future seeds of Tibet. That's the reason that our association created this Sunday Tibetan school where we teach our younger generation, our children, how to read, write Tibetan language, and we teach our culture, traditions, dances, etc.
Religious freedom in Tibet.
Religious freedom in Tibet.
Human rights in Tibet.
Human rights in Tibet.
We want free Tibet.
We want free Tibet.
Before the war, speak for Tibet.
Before the war, speak for Tibet.
The international community, world governments, so many people know about the situation inside Tibet, and they want Tibetans to be free. Yet despite this global understanding about the situation inside Tibet, Tibetans are still not free. And China continues to brutally repress Tibet. An unbelievable number of 144 Tibetans inside Tibet are burning their bodies for freedom in protest of Chinese rule.
Enough is enough, China, enough!
Tibetans in Tibet are forbidden from gathering like we are here today. Tibetans are forbidden to talk about their feelings of the situation inside Tibet. Their dreams, their aspirations, their hopes. They cannot even say free Tibet, human rights in Tibet, or long live the Dalai Lama, without facing torture or imprisonment. Because of this suffocating repression, many people have now chosen this shocking course of action. Let this day, March 10th, not only be about commemorating or reflecting the brave Tibetans who resisted China's occupation 57 years ago, but let this also be a day about recommitting ourselves to taking action and changing history in the same spirit of the collective resistance. May the unwavering commitment and determination of Tibetans inside Tibet fuel our actions and help us see that we can and we will bring meaningful change and freedom to Tibet. Pagano! 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 Pagano!